Hello, everyone.
Hi, guys.
Hello. We're here again for another T and I's perspective.
Yeah,
So,
welcome back.
another episode here. I'm
Mm-hmm.
very excited about this topic we'll be discussing today,
Mm,
and it would definitely probably bring up more discussion, probably
mm.
in the comments and things. But so we're really excited to kick start. Here we are again with my
So,
lovely wife.
oh,
Lovely
all
to be
right
here
then.
again.
I'm shy, guys.
It's fine. Let them know how beautiful you are.
Let's get right into it.
Yeah.
So, this week we were thinking about weddings and,
Mm.
well, all year round is wedding seasons, but we just had a few thoughts about marriage and what happens after you get married. So,
Mm.
we're concentrating on preparing for the wedding, the party,
Yeah.
but actually, are we really thinking about what happens after that? And we think we do, but it's that first year of marriage you realize, oh, okay, there's a lot that I might not have known or might not have thought of. So I
Mm.
guess that's what we want to talk about today. So the party
Versus
versus,
the partnership,
yeah, exactly. So
So,
yeah. So I
yeah.
think for me, when I think about, let's personify it a bit to our wedding.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we were very much concentrated on, you know, sourcing our vendors,
Yeah.
getting the venue,
Mm.
making sure that we paid everything and, we've gotten our attire, we've sent invites, etc.
Yeah.
But I personally, when I think about myself 10 years ago, I feel like, was I actually thinking about
The partnership.
the partnership? And to tell you the truth,
I don't think any of us were.
I don't
To be
think, yeah, I don't
honest,
think I
we were
was.
just like, you know what, let's
No,
just, we were
we
in
just want to get
love.
married. Yeah,
Yeah, we're in love. Let's just
yeah,
get married. Other
absolutely.
things will sort of fall in place, sort of
Yeah,
thing. But I think we've come to realize that there's some things that need in to be put in place
beforehand.
beforehand, and
Yeah,
that's why we mentioned about
yeah,
the party
mm,
versus the partnership.
yeah. Because
So
actually, there's a
yeah,
lot that. Sorry,
it's fine. It's
I
fine.
know you were saying about the partnership, but there's a lot that we don't consider.
Mm.
And like one of the things I can really attest to is maybe more of a financial discipline.
Mm.
Really talking about, I know we spoke about before the wedding, we spoke about, if we had any debts, our income,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
were
yeah.
clear on that. But I think when it comes to the financial aspect, what your expectations or what you would want to invest in,
Yeah, yeah.
what
Something
you
like
prioritize in your
yeah.
finances.
Well, I think we sort of talked about that, but probably not in depth.
Mm.
Because, for example, you had uh like some goals that we had
Yeah,
together
yeah,
that we wanted to achieve.
yeah.
Those are things that we discussed. So definitely we'll
Mm.
talk about that. But like what you said, like going into it more in depthly.
Mm.
You know, you
And how
know,
to prioritize what, because
yeah.
I think we did well because we wanted to prioritize, making sure that we had a place. We rented a place initially.
Mm.
Then obviously we got married. We were renting when we got married.
Mm.
Then when we had children, we then obviously were looking at, in the meantime, we were saving for a house, etc.
Mm.
So those are that's the natural progression
Mm.
most of the times. But I think I'm talking more day to day, even like when you get your salary, what's the priority,
Mm. Mm. Mm.
versus, okay, you want to buy that piece of equipment that is
Mm.
£300, and, what is the priority? So those are the things that I think sometimes when we have a salary, because we're earning individually, we all
Mm.
both have careers, or
Mm.
a couple might have a career. I
Yeah.
mean, they might have separate careers. It's really about sitting down and saying, look, this is not negotiable for me. When I
Mm.
get my monthly salary, there are some specific things, self-care things that I do for myself that I
I
need to
can't
have that
stop
money.
doing.
I can't
Yeah.
stop. I
Yeah.
need that money
Yeah.
aside. But I often find that in marriages, especially maybe the older generation, those kind of conversations were not there.
Mm.
And it's like, no, we're going to have one pot, which I agree. I like the whole idea of having finance and, money in
Mm.
one pot. However, it's also about discussing what each other's wants are, as well as looking at your needs,
Yeah, yeah.
catering to the needs, so the bills, the necessities, but then also catering to the things that you both feel are necessary,
Essential, yeah.
and essential. Because I think oftentimes those in-depth conversations are not always, they've not, they're things that people don't really discuss in depthly. But yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you're right, and I think those are the things that I think we said we would discuss
Yeah.
together, and just share our own experiences around that. Obviously, it's we started married, but there's some things that we've learned from on
Yeah.
reflection, and that we would like to obviously share and say, oh, on reflection, probably we could have done something different, or what we've learned from. This is what we're saying probably we would do now. Yeah.
I just had a thought, and one thing I would have actually discussed
Mm-hmm.
is cultural expectations,
Mm-hmm.
because you don't really, what's the word? You don't really think about that. There are so, like, it depend on the culture that you're from, but obviously we're Nigerians and we're Yoruba as well. So within that culture, there are some expectations of you when you are married that sometimes naively, when you are newly married, you might not realize. Like,
Yeah.
this is very basic, but family might expect you to call them once a week,
But
and
how
yeah,
would you know that anyways from
I know,
the
but it's like over the years I've realized that, when family they will call you, they will say, I've not even heard from you, you've just forgot us there. I'm thinking, but life is happening, you're going to work, you have kids, you're this, it's not on purpose, but that expectation is there. Just like the expectation is, say for instance, on seasonal holidays, we both come from a family,
Yeah.
but the unspoken expectation is, well, you have to, at least Christmas, if you're not here for Christmas, you have to be there for New Year's. If you're not, it's like you're sharing the time with
Yeah.
both families. So and that is an unspoken expectation that is there that people don't really necessarily think about. It's like, oh, I got married to this family. They invited me there, but don't neglect the one that you're coming from as well, because the expectation from the family that you're coming from is that you continue to maintain the relationship with them, as well as you're growing in, or you're embedded into your new family. So I think these are the things that needs to be discussed, maybe even with parents, actually, like, oh, mom, dad, once I'm married, what would your expectation be of me? And I think those are the conversations that we didn't have.
Yeah,
Like,
true. I mean,
anyways.
it is a good point that you mentioned, actually, because when I'm just thinking back on the topic, party versus partnership, because at the initial, when everything is going on and all the stuff, yes, the couple, they will probably have their own discussion about this is what they would like, even if it's not in depth, they would have something. But then there is, I don't know if, probably from our experience, there is nothing around like the couple probably discussing with their parents to say, what are your expectations of me? I mean, culturally, like going in depth into it. So to at least minimize, because I don't think no matter what you do, there'll still probably be some
Offense
glitches
or issues,
somewhere,
yeah.
but at least you'll be able to minimize some of those things. And if you're mentally prepared for those things that oh, they might happen, even if they don't happen, when they do happen, okay, I know how to probably deal with it because I've been told, or I've had a discussion about this. And I think that's a very good point, because most of the times we focus more on the aesthetics, or
Yeah.
should we say, of the wedding, like,
Rather than the things that build the families
yeah,
or keep them united.
rather than what actually build the family, because everyone wants to create this Instagram wedding kind of thing, like, oh, it looks beautiful and all that stuff, but like actually the core of it, everything, like the discussions, what actually keeps the marriage going,
Yeah.
what makes the marriage, because those things that you mentioned, no matter how small, probably very, very small it is,
It affects everything.
it does affect everything, because it will come back to either you or me, and then that could create some mini
Tension,
arguments, tension, and then that could just develop into something big, and then your day can be ruined, your week can be, so totally gone because of the
Absolutely.
argument and stuff, and that could even probably be a seed of something that would generate in something. I mean, we've had
Yeah.
experiences around those things,
Yeah,
so
we have things that have
yeah.
offended someone from wedding or something, and you're like, oh dear, sorry. I've never had a wedding before. I'm sorry. I can't please everybody. but it's like when you go through that, you realize, like, seriously, you can't help people's behaviors in the wedding as well. And I think,
Exactly.
and I don't know why, because I know what the topic is, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
You're going. Okay,
I know,
no,
but
it's fine. It's fine.
you know what it is? I'm thinking of like that wedding day. Yeah. There are things that
You
will
mean
happen
our
on
wedding? Our wedding day, yeah.
Our wedding
Okay,
day.
okay.
Let's use our wedding
Okay.
day as an example. There are things that happen beyond our control.
Yeah.
So there are things that generically will happen in weddings that are beyond the people that are getting married, beyond their control. So sometimes it's really even discussing as families or individuals that, you know what, there are some things that will happen.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
let's just give
yeah.
each other grace.
Yeah.
Let's just give each other understanding.
Yeah.
And sometimes you also, in our situation, we've also had to, apologize for things that we didn't even know happened.
Yeah.
Apologize for things that we're like, you know what, I'm sorry, I wasn't there, but sorry.
Please
Please
forgive
forgive
us.
us. Exactly. And these are the things that people don't realize. Like afterwards, like, you were telling me about a family member who got married, and the dad was saying that people offended that they didn't get invited because it was a small wedding. And the dad was having like, people down the phone, like yelling at him, like, hey, you didn't invite us. Hey, how could you do this? We've been, but it's the after effect of, a wedding. People don't realize that the decisions you make cause anger, amongst people. And whilst you can't always help, what people may say or do, but sometimes you also have to, just to keep peace, you have to be the bigger person.
Yeah.
So if you notice there are things that even are happening during your wedding, you might have to, discuss it and apologize afterwards. And these are the things that I feel like I didn't realize would happen. But then when I talk to a lot of people, it's like, oh yeah, these are similar things that happened to me. And it's like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, speaking to a lot of, our privilege where we've had the period to speak to even some couples that are older than us in marriage, and some that are probably similar age in marriage, and some that are probably younger in marriage and so on. We've had the same sort of theme of what they're saying, like around that, like when we're talking about like these issues that you're talking about, like party and partnership kind of thing. Because I don't think anyone knows, because it's like trial and error, isn't it?
And also it's your first wedding. Nobody has, like, especially if, lots of people get divorced, etc. If you're quite a young adult, you've gone through that, you're at that age where you're at marriageable age and you're going through it, it's going to be your first time. There are lessons that you will have learned afterwards.
Definitely, yeah.
So for me personally, it's just about giving that grace, but it's about highlighting, if you're someone who is preparing to get married, there'll be unforeseen things that happen on the wedding day, and sometimes you just have to get ready for it, but also handle that with maturity, as opposed to that thing of, oh, you know what, I'm not even going to talk to this person, I'm going to just yell at them, because it's not going to help you in the long run. And we're talking from that experience.
But then I was also thinking, when it comes to, like, when we said party and partnership, I'm just thinking, like, culturally, I think some people might have different experiences depending on their cultural background. I mean, for ourselves, like Black African, specifically Nigerian, we would probably have different experience, even with people within our ethnic backgrounds. For example, because we are Yoruba, and they have their expectations around, like, weddings and stuff, like what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Same with the Igbos and so on and so forth. And then when we now go to the Western side of, like, the entire world, like the Western Europe and so on, like where we are, the UK, they have their own cultural things around, like, weddings and expectations, and we've seen how they sort of do their weddings and so on, like partnership and the party and so on. So it's what I'm just thinking is, like, do do we think that also has an impact on those things that we've just mentioned?
Yeah, I definitely think
like
so.
the mindset and stuff.
I think that obviously with social media as well, currently there's a lot of, because we have access to, resources, and we can see what people with, people have different financial backgrounds. So we're exposed to someone who is middle class. We're exposed to someone who is, extremely wealthy. We're exposed to different people with different backgrounds. And so we see that, and that generates a feeling of, I want to achieve that too. I want to attain that too. So that side of the is there. But then also culturally, for instance, I know within the Indian culture they do quite lavish weddings, big weddings, etc. And within our culture as well. But I think it's also about really having an honest conversation with yourself.
Regardless.
Is this reasonable? Is this appropriate for what I earn? Is it something that actually I can afford and I can do without being in, financial
situation.
A situation where I'm, after the wedding, I can't pay my rent. After the wedding, I can't eat. I just have
I've
to
got
go.
like big amounts of loan to pay
And
off
loans,
for
exactly.
and
And I
stuff
think,
that. I mean, I mean, I guess some people will probably say, well, it's my wedding. I can do whatever I want. Like I want X, Y, and Z. If is they might probably even say, it's similar to me saying I want to get a car, loan a car and stuff. I can decide to get a car of 40 grand. Why can't I loan like PCP and all stuff like that, and then repayment of it and stuff. So why can't I do that for my wedding to make me happy and things like that? Do you see what I mean?
I think personally, I think everyone has the right to make their decision, but I think it's good to think about a couple of things. So every decision you make has an effect, positive or negative, in your present and in your future. So you have to actually think about it. What I'm about to do now, what implication will it have? And this is where even discussing with your, partner, your future spouse, what is our 5-year plan? Do you want to have a house within the next 3 years? And that's a
partnership right there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do you want to have a house within the next 2-3 years? Do you want to, have several investment properties? How will you achieve that if you're getting a 50 grand loan to do a wedding, then you're spending the next 10 years paying it off? So this is why you have to, what's the saying? You have to cut your coat according to your size. Yeah.
Well, some people might say, well, I'm big, so I have to cut my coat according to...
Please, I'm just telling you, you can do what you want, but that's all I'm saying.
I'm a big boy, I'm a big girl, so I'm cutting my coat according to my size. And my size is very big, so I have to
Please,
cut it to my...
what are you saying? Why are you telling me?
To my... Yeah. Exactly. Why are you telling me that? Can you see me?
I'm already a big girl. That's what I'm here to say, because, it's later on that I find that people tell you, why didn't you tell me?
I didn't know.
It looked so easy. Like, you're so lucky you did your wedding many years ago. We still had Instagram, we still had social media then.
Yeah, it was even the thing is, even then we were seeing things, we were thinking, look at this wedding.
Yeah, I was like, no, please.
Look at this. That time there was some certain things that was trending.
Yeah.
Like Instagram, and like when it comes to weddings, there was some things that were trending.
Yeah.
But we had to close our eyes and say, hey, this is our budget.
Yeah. And
let's not, because we could have easily gotten a loan. Honestly,
we could have. Thank God for that.
We could have easily gotten a loan, or probably run ourselves out max on credit card or something.
Absolutely.
Do you get what I mean? We could have easily done that, but we just thank God we were not influenced by external things. I mean, if you want to save and put money aside for a long time and probably delay the wedding and stuff, if you have to do that, fine. And then have what you want, exactly what you want. But I think from what you're saying is that make sure financially it's not having an impact on you. I mean, you can decide to say, you know what, I want to kill myself and just work like every day for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
So I can get the exact amount I want for my wedding, so I'm happy.
But fine. So wait, should somebody be waiting 5 years?
That's another. To
get married. So say you've been together 3 years. You should now wait another 5 years.
It's up to the partners the couples, what they've agreed to do. If they've agreed to do that, who are we?
Yeah. Okay.
That is my own. Where are we? The problem would come when one is saying, me, I can't wait for 5 years. And then the other one is saying, well, I want to do 5 years. So that's the agreement has to be there. And that's where the partnership is.
Absolutely.
You know, rather than just focusing on the party, like, oh, let's just get this done with kind of stuff.
But, you know, going back to the cultural expectation, this is actually in line with the cultural expectation because like in our culture, they will say, oh, you're 24, 5. You've graduated.
It's time to get married now. You're working for 2 years now. What are you waiting for?
Maybe you're even in a relationship and they will say, and the guy has not proposed yet because he wants to save, he wants to do these things, he wants to, but
wants to get himself financially probably ready. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know. Or probably maturely ready. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, because I feel that a lot of people in our generation, we're quite aware of the limitations that came with our parents' marriages, you know. We want to be more financially free. We want to be able to have a lifestyle that, you know, is a little bit higher than your working class lifestyle, and we can give our children the good things of life. So we're quite conscious of that. And I think a lot of people are coming into marriage trying to be as prepared as they can. But I think culturally, sometimes you can be influenced to get married a bit early, too quickly, because, you know, you should be ready. But no one is going to be in that marriage with you. The people that are telling you, oh, you know, you should be.
And it's about yourself.
Married.
It's about yourself.
Yeah,
you will know when you're ready.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's about age and stuff. Yes, age does play a factor because then there's some experiences of life that probably you don't have.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you would know yourself when you're ready.
Yeah.
Because somebody can be 30 and they're not actually mature for marriage.
Yeah.
So, and somebody can be 25 and they're literally ripe for marriage. The way they conduct themselves, their mindsets, you know, financially, they're independent, everything, like education-wise, they're up there, they know where they're going, they've got goals. And you can see it, you know, compared to someone that is 30 that have not even started any of those first two. Do you get, know, so.
What you said just made me think about being emotionally mature as well.
Yeah.
Being able to communicate things well, having a bit of insight into how you manage your emotions, even when you're not feeling your best self.
Yeah.
Marriage is that kind of partnership where you still show up for each other, but also the other person can also be the strength for the other person.
Yeah.
So it's about really, I don't know if the word is coaching, but it's about really understanding that you can't be selfish. You can't come with the attitude of selfishness.
It's a partnership.
It is a partnership.
You know, like what we said, you know, it's not like you're just going to a party. Again, going back to the topic, you're just going to a party. Oh, I'm just going to get prepared. You get prepared. I'm just going to go have fun.
Or even, I feel like, this is what I've observed.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a controversial thing. But I feel like a lot of guys, not majority of them, so let me say some guys, if you've been babied at home, you go into marriage and you have this kind of like laid back attitude. But if you were like you were growing up doing things. So you came with an attitude of, I'm going to be proactive. But those kind of guys, when they've been babied at home, they're not, they've found someone they love, they proposed to them, they got married, they can provide financially. But marriage is not just about providing financially. It's also about pulling your weight in the house, emotionally.
They would say, what I bring to the table is financial now.
No, it's not. Don't give me that bringing to the table financially. Are you to cook, you to clean, you to change the diapers. I'm sorry, you can't be going to do on holiday with your friends and no. But there's some guys like that. That's what I'm saying. So but I'm just trying to say, it's about really having that emotional maturity, to really discern the season of your marriage, and this is what I'm talking about, like that preparedness after the wedding. So the party versus the partnership.
Yeah.
So within the partnership, you're equipping yourself to really be each other's best and strength.
Yeah.
And that's really important because marriage brings so many different seasons.
Yeah.
And some are, will bring challenges, some will bring wealth and plenty, but it's really about, it will allow you to float better in each season.
And do you know what you just said there just got me in something? So party is a one-off.
Yes.
The partnership is for a lifetime.
It's a lifetime.
So it's something that happens once. The party happens once.
Yeah.
So why do you want to invest so much into that one-day party?
Yeah.
Why not invest so much into the partnership that would literally be there forever?
I don't even want to be controversial, but sometimes I feel like people get married and then you look at like the royal family. I don't think they have as many guests as some of us. People that will have 700, 600. Why are we?
No.
Okay, sorry.
No, the royal family, they have
okay, not
millions.
the royal family. Okay, fine, not the royal family. Maybe I'm using the wrong example.
I mean, they don't. I mean, when it comes to the reception, it's proper big. It's just that we don't see it. I don't know how many is there, but where they do it in the what's it called? Is it the castle or something like that? They have like inner, but they don't show it.
But
the only thing they show is what we see on TV.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is, why are we trying to replicate having like 1,000 people? But we have to go and borrow money.
If you have the money,
no, I'm talking majority of the people that have like 600 that we've known, you don't have the money for it. Don't be, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. That is not true.
But do they have to show their bank account?
Toby, why are you like this?
I'm just trying to be the,
I get where you're
I get where you're coming from as well. I get where you're coming from. I was just being funny there.
I know.
But
I'm just saying, like financially, you just have to be financially prudent and do what's best for you. But at the end of the day, everyone has the right to make their own decision. And of course, if you want to have a life eventually, go ahead and do it. But it's just understanding that there are always repercussions at the end of the day. And
no matter what you do, no matter what
delays
you do,
in the things you want to do.
Yeah.
And like, for instance, when I think about ourselves, I'm glad we didn't have loans or credit cards because
you're starting off.
You're starting off, but also we got pregnant quite early. That took me. I got pregnant quite early.
No. We.
Oh, please, I beg. I got pregnant quite early, and then
which was not even the plan. No,
it wasn't the plan. But wait,
the question is why?
It wasn't the plan.
Yeah.
Wait.
Anyways, okay, continue.
It wasn't the plan, but then. See, I forgot what I was gonna say now. Thank you.
Okay, so you say we got pregnant quite early.
Yeah. So that took me away from working. Like, I used to work and do bank. To get extra money. As a nurse, you can pick shifts, make you can even decide every day that week you can just
when you used to pick shifts.
hustle. You can work every day and just be earning,
The Lord is good.
Well, chicken change. Because nurses don't get paid what they deserve. But anyways, that's a topic for another day. But then you can hustle and all that stuff. But you don't realize that when you are away from maternity, the finances, the first 3 months, you get your full salary, then it reduces. So the financial, whatever is coming in from both sides, one aspect is reduced. So that means what you even had initially is reduced. So imagine if you now have loan on top of it.
Yeah.
It's one person now trying to keep up with the bills, the demand of your bills as well
Everyday
as
stuff,
additional loans that you're repaying, etc. So those are the things you have to think about.
And especially in this country, remember when we even finished, we had to still be paying our student loan.
Oh yeah.
So
that's another thing.
So imagine if you were, I don't know, UK person, like let's look at it from the UK, and even for some people in US as well.
Yeah.
Like when you finish, you have to start paying those things back, and you have that additional loan that you used for your wedding. Like,
it's
but again, people's preference, but this is our own, reflection from the thing. A very interesting topic, and I think sort of reflects our experiences as well. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys, for
Thank
watching.
you. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.